Alright, welcome back. Getting started on the AJ ARS 300 104-inch airplane. Had the kit since the week after Halloween. They had a sale on it. I've been looking at this particular model for a while. Haven't had a single wing gasser in, gosh, 10 years. I've got a huge old Hangar 9 46% biplane that I fly, but it's just kind of a pain in the butt to put together, so it's not an everyday flyer. So I'd been kind of shopping around for something that I could fly all the time, kind of like a daily, well, really not a daily, but just something I could fly on a regular basis. And when they had their Halloween sale, I jumped on it. Luckily I got the scheme I wanted, which is the Fusion scheme as they call it, the white, green, gray, and purple. And I started ordering, everything, and I wanted to make sure I had it all before I got started, just because I had another jet project going. So that is done, so I'm going to jump on this, try to get it done pretty quick, just because I don't have much time with going back to work and everything for the holidays. So that's where we're at. But anyways, it's kind of I'm doing the build on my forum on the website at the fb-rc.com. There's a forum section that'll have the build and the link to these videos as well, with a bunch of pictures. I'm going to do a couple other videos on some new products that I have and actually sell now. One being the power system from Extreme Power. I kind of ran across them, and it's a pretty neat product, so I'll do a little video on that as well. But anyways, let's get going on this, kind of show you what I've got so far. So there it is, my little builder. Having to do another build in the house because I still don't have my shop built, so I've commandeered the dining room table. So I laid all this stuff out just so I could take pictures and everything for the build, but I'm a Futaba guy, so I'm going with the 9177s for the ailerons. One, instead of doing two, I'm doing one servo on the rudder, and then the BLS 172s for the elevators. These are a little longer than it recommended, but AJ was out of their servo arm, so I went to Extreme Flight and got the 2-inch for them. I think I only needed like 1.5, so there'll be a little bit extra, but no big deal. Went with a GP, which is kind of nice. I've heard a lot of good things about them. They're a few $100s cheaper than the DA, and from what I hear, they're really good motors. So I wanted to give one a try. I have a DA 150 on my Hangar 9 46% Ultimate, and it's been a good motor, but I figured I'd give it a try. DA headers, I think they're the 90 millimeter drop down is what you need for this kit, and the plane bender ProFlow pipes. A little drama with those, which I'll talk about in a minute. I went ahead and got his mount with his pipe adapters. Extreme Flight had the tank, AJ didn't have it in stock, and I liked their field tubing, so I bought some extra of that. I didn't realize it, but it already has a fuel dot installed, or I wouldn't have bought one, but I ended up buying one, which I was going to paint white, but this is heavier, a bit heavier, and I'm not going to use it now. I'll use it for something else. The only thing I don't have on here is the power system. Like I said, is the Extreme Power X24 is what I call it. I think it is XP24 power system that I'm going to use. It's very lightweight, has a bunch of features built into it, so I don't need an external BEC with another battery type deal. So, and they're very reasonable priced. So I talked to him about being a dealer, so I got a few things in to kind of sell and see how they go as far as products. Typically more on the RC Jet accessory side of the house, but you know, that's kind of a power system is, you know, kind of, you know, will work on any, you know, airplanes and jets. And it's something neat that you haven't really seen in the jet community, but I think it's a good product. That for the jet community, a lot of guys like to throw a lot of flashy bling bling money at power box stuff, but you know, that's cool. I mean, nothing wrong with their equipment, but I was looking for a cheaper alternative. You know, I've been in this a long time, and sometimes just because it costs you an arm and a leg doesn't mean it's necessarily the best. And I wanted something that didn't have a gyro built in. That's another thing I got a Cortex gyro that I'm putting in this as well. So I wanted something without a gyro. So I'll have a Cortex Pro in the plane as well, which is not laying out here. So this is all, and I went with a Falcon prop just because they had a combo. You know, I got it through. I got the motor through Extreme Flight. They were the only guys that had them in stock. Everybody else was out. And I got the prop, carbon fiber prop, 28-29 inch is what we're looking at. Two blade, obviously. And this side over here is what's in the kit. It's very complete. First thing I'll say that I don't like is there's no instructions. I mean, come on. I get it. Most people have built these things, but this day and age, there's really no excuse not to have some type of simple instruction video, you know, because I have no clue what these are for. You know, I posted on one of the AJ groups, you know, and I'm sure I may go through the build and figure it out, but, you know, you're selling these to a wide variety of, you know, modelers. Some may not have the experience. And it just, you know, there's no reason not to have a manual this day and age. And there's really no build videos for this particular one from them. But I do like how they labeled everything, you know, all the accessories. I'm going to try to not do what I normally do and go through and replace all the Asian type hardware because it's usually cheap plastic and doesn't hold up. But I normally switch these out with Dubro. Heavy duty ball links, but they seem to be, I don't know. If you guys have suggestions whether to ditch them or not, let me know. But as of right now, I'm going to use them. Tail wheel pre-assembled. I'll check that and make sure it's good. They did have their, you know, their pipe or the can mounts that you want to use them for various types of pipes. But I bought. It's an aluminum one, you know, that way those don't seem to hold up apparently over time. So instead of having those bolted in the bay, I'll just have that one in the back. Nice carbon fiber prop, pre-cut and drilled, which is nice. Hopefully that lines up. I'm guessing it will. I got to drill the prop. I don't think I have a drill jig for these, but I can always use this to help for drilling. These I like, just a nice smooth looking feature for the landing gear. Comes with some wheels. Seem pretty beefy, not too heavy, so they are kind of on the light side. Gives you that to put in the canopy if you want, and I believe that's what this is. It's kind of like the white foam stuff that a lot of guys make baffles out of, which I actually will take some black and make baffles out of. Can lay down in there if you want to, you know, put in a pilot and do aesthetics and that kind of stuff. I don't think it's required. Don't quote me on it. I probably will install this. It's just to kind of help give that canopy support in there, and you know, maybe print out a decal to put on or something. Carbon fiber landing gear, which is nice. The wheel pants, let's see if I can reach them, are pretty thick fiberglass. They got the wood kind of laid up in the fiberglass, which is nice, with the blind nuts already in there, kind of glued in. So hopefully those hold up and don't crack like crazy like a lot of these tend to do, but we'll see. yeah, got the DA 100 kind of jig here to drill your holes. Works for the GP. I've already checked that, so I'll have that. Comes with all your standoffs. I believe these will work. Like I said, I don't know if that needs a different standoff than maybe a DA or something, but I'm hoping not. And then of course, yeah, this is the bottom cover that you bolt in, and you'll have to trim depending on your cans. But I'm still trying to figure out what these two things are. So that's kind of a negative, is that not having a instruction manual. I know they have the CG and the throws and all that stuff on the website where you purchase it. You know, required equipment's listed there, but still, you know, at least you know what things are would be nice at a minimum. But anyways, that so far is the only negative. The shipping, the response time from the order to arrive was like 3 or 4 days. It was great. Great shipping. I was worried about it getting damaged. The box had some holes in it when it showed up. I actually had it delivered to my work, which saved me like $50 and everything. But when I took it out of the box is when I was kind of surprised that they had basically boxed it 3 times. You had a larger outer box, you had an inner box with like wood, and then you had the stuff, you know, inside those boxes. So it was packaged very well. So I'll give that definitely a pro for the aircraft. And the model quality seems really nice. Doesn't look like you're going to need to go over it with glue and and reseal joints, because they all look pretty solid. Fuel proof on places, and it's very complete, and so it should be a fairly quick build. I like the fact that there's a pin for the rudder. So usually, they all come the hinges pre-installed, and these are sealed as well with the clear Monocoat, and generally the only thing you have to glue in is the rudder. Don't have to glue in the rudder on this one. It's just a pin that slides in. They're already glued in, so that's a plus as well. Typical issues with covering, just got to go. It actually, after I received it, it loosened up quite a bit, but it looked really good when it came out of the box. But that's just typical. You got to go through. Yeah, well, that's actually raised up. That's not even sealed, so I have to be careful there. So usually any ARF you go over it, the first thing you do is go over it with a heat iron and tack everything down, which is no exception here. So I'm going to do that first, and then I will start on the wings, the elevators, and getting the servos installed as well. So kind of a long-winded video, but it's been a while. And the next video I will talk about the canisters a little bit and the drama with that. So sorry for being long-winded. It's the first video for this. Like I said, if you want to check out the website, and the build is going to be actually on my forum on my website, which is www.fb-rc.com. and then if you just click on the toolbar, if you're on your phone, you'll have to select the drop down, and there's a forum section. To view it, you don't have to be a member, but to post or comment, that kind of thing, post pictures and do your own builds. It's there for people. It's a point of information, and I'm hoping it grows to, a little bit of a community that, can help get answers to people, because I spend a lot of time answering a lot of questions, and there's not enough time in the day. So I'm hoping that can be a place that will kind of alleviate some of that. People can go there to get questions when I can't respond, and help and help with that side of it, because it's there for information and a place for me to host my build. So, but all are welcome. So you guys have a good one, and I'm gonna get to it and see you on the next one. Cheers. Oh, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. I think we're all ready for 2021 at this point. Later.